The Witcher 4 tech demo looked absolutely insane. Ironically, as technology has gotten better, it feels like the moments where we have a true next-generation leap are fewer and far between. However, getting a look at Unreal Engine 5.6 and getting a peek of all the features being utilized in The Witcher 4, it looks absolutely stunning. What most impressed me is that this demo is said to be running at 60 frames per second on a PlayStation 5, and not a PS5 Pro. We are talking about a base PS5, and that is with ray tracing turned on. The fact that Kelpie actually has realistic muscles underneath, creating realistic deformations, and the physics on the mane and tail are absolutely incredible. The new nanite foliage system allows them to achieve incredible foliage density, but what personally impressed me the most is how they were able to travel throughout the entire world with seemingly minimal pop-in. Just looking at all the fast and dynamic zooms that they do with the camera without too many LODs popping in and loading more detail. I suppose you could see some if you looked really closely, but for the most part, getting this level of detail with minimal, if any, pop-in is absolutely unheard of. All these features and more are supposedly coming to The Witcher 4. But despite this, some fans are still worried that the game is not going to look this good. The Witcher 3, for example, had accusations of downgrades when compared to its earlier showings, but at least those previous trailers were from actual gameplay and not from a tech demo like this. This is something that has happened before, and when you see them making all of these promises that seem too good to be true, it seems like it's being set up to happen again. But in a recent interview with VGC, they've confirmed that this isn't exactly The Witcher 4, but a tech demo inside of The Witcher 4's world that we're looking at, with CDPR statement saying, "This is a tech demo and a first look at the cutting-edge technology powering The Witcher 4, but not The Witcher 4 itself," a spokesperson told VGC. It showcases the powerful foundation we're building in close collaboration with Epic Games to push the open world design further than ever before, and the core systems and features we're developing using Unreal Engine 5. We're really proud of this early milestone and excited to give you a sneak peek at some of the cool tech like UAF, nanite foliage, smart objects, ML deformer, and fast geostreaming that are helping us shape the future of The Witcher. We started our partnership with Epic Games to push open world game technology forward, said CD Projekt Red co-CEO Michał Nowakowski. To show this early look at the work we've been doing using Unreal Engine running at 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5 is a significant milestone and a testament of the great cooperation between our teams, but we're far from finished. I look forward to seeing more advancements and inspiring technology from this partnership as development of The Witcher 4 and Unreal Engine 5 continues. An interview with IGN is also quite clear, saying, quote, "The standalone tech demo was built to showcase Unreal Engine 5 features," CD Projekt said, "and tools it's using to develop the game's open world. It is not gameplay footage," the developer stressed. So does the tech demo reflect what players can expect from The Witcher 4? CD Projekt said the visuals reflect the direction we're taking with The Witcher 4, but it doesn't fully represent the final game. CD Projekt continued, "Production is still underway and we have a great deal of work ahead. That said, our goal is ambitious, to create one of the most visually advanced role-playing games to date." The developer also explained why it chose PS5 over a high-end PC for the tech demo. Quote, "Because optimizing for consoles early helps us future-proof performance across all platforms. Consoles come with tighter constraints, and meeting them pushes us to make smarter, more efficient tech choices, the kind that benefit every version of the game." And this makes a lot of sense, because if it'll run great on a base PS5, then it'll run even better on a PS5 Pro, and it will run even better on a high-end PC. And of course, CDPR games usually run their best on high-end PCs, so you can imagine that The Witcher 4 is going to look its absolute best running on whatever graphics card is the newest at the time. It is going to be a mind-blowing experience. That being said, a lot of people are concerned that it is definitely not going to match that of this tech demo. And that's completely understandable, because this tech demo is exactly that. It's a tech demo. This is not The Witcher 4 running at the full capacity that it would normally be running at. Essentially, what they do to create these tech demos is that they set aside a piece of the world. It doesn't have any of the gameplay systems running in the background or anything like that. It is purely focused on tech, and everything is cranked up to the max. Now, because of that, that means that a lot of systems that would be running in the background are not currently running during this demo, because we just have this cut out piece of world. All of this is to say that everything that we're seeing here is subjected to change, and that should be expected, because I don't think this game is coming this year or next year, if I'm completely honest. I think that this is at the very earliest a 2028 or 2029 game, and it's also why they are clarifying so strongly that this is indeed a tech demo and not the full game. It is not the full Witcher 4, because things are definitely going to change between now and when this game releases. I think this game is far off enough to be a cross-gen title, so I do think that it will come for the PlayStation 5, but I also think that it's going to come for PlayStation 6. So when it comes to people worrying about whether or not this is going to get downgraded, the version that we see up and running for PlayStation 5 might not look as good as whatever eventually comes on PlayStation 6 and higher end PCs. And one of the reasons I think this is going to be a cross-gen title is because when speaking to their investors, they had this to say, that even though we do not plan to release The Witcher 4 by the end of 2026, we are still driven by this financial goal, referring to the company's stated ambition of pulling in a net profit of 515 million United States dollars from 2023 to 2026. And that statement was from March of this year. The game is not coming out next year, and something tells me that even 2027 seems a little optimistic. I think what we're realistically looking at is 2028 for this game. Bear in mind, we didn't see any HUD, we didn't see any dialogue systems, none of that. They have thoroughly clarified that this is not meant to be gameplay, it is meant to be focused on the tech. And even the tech is not actually from the game itself, it is just purely isolated in this tech demo to show you what they're aiming for with The Witcher 4. But with all that said, I am super excited for this game. I'm super excited for Cyberpunk 2 as well, and pretty much everything that CD Projekt Red has in their future. It's all looking incredibly good. And while I know that some people are worried that this is going to get downgraded before the final game releases, and let's be honest, there is a strong chance of that, at the very least for the PlayStation 5 version of the game. I do think on high-end PCs, as well as whatever the next generation of consoles is, that this will likely achieve what it's setting out to do here in an actual game and not just isolate it to a tech demo. However, if they do manage to hit 60 frames per second on PS5, it does kind of make you wonder, will they be able to port this to the Switch too? I mean, after all, they were able to get The Witcher 3 running on it. I would just be very curious to see if that's a possibility. It may not look the prettiest, but just getting it running will be an incredible feat, and I'm sure there will be plenty of people who would buy it, so hopefully that does end up being the case, but that definitely will not be coming at the game's launch. But let me know in the comments below if you are excited for The Witcher 4, and I'll see you all in the next video. Later, guys.